Hello, academic stars around the world. Welcome back to Caltex Academy. In case you're new, my name is Julius, and thank you for joining us today. On our board, we have a simple integration, but it looks a little bit tricky if you don't know exactly what to do. This one would have been easy if we lack this square root, then simply expand and go ahead and integrate directly. But because of this obstacle, then we have to do something. And that's something I'm going to tell you right now. So let's go ahead and copy our question here and say the integral of root 1 minus in bracket x minus 1, and this is squared. So we are integrating with respect to x. So what is the trick we need to employ? Let's check. Since we have 1 here and we are having subtraction in between the two terms, then sign substitution and move on well here. Or you can also use cos. The two will work well. But put in mind that if you use cos substitution, you're going to work with negatives. So let's go on and start doing that. I will have to take what is inside this bracket, and then we'll say we have to change this variable to maybe theta or u. The choice is yours. So sine theta is going to equals to what is inside the bracket, and that is x minus 1. After this, we have to differentiate the left hand side with respect to theta and the right hand side with respect to x. So let's implement that. The derivative of sine theta is cos theta with respect to theta, and the derivative of x is 1 dx, because if you differentiate any constant, you get 0. So for easy substitution, let's swap this, and we have dx is the same as cos theta d theta. Now after that, we can move on and make substitution, changing the variable from x to theta. Therefore, we still have our square root sign here, and we have 1 minus what we have substituted is sine theta. But remember, x minus 1 was squared, so we need to also square our sine theta. Therefore, we can multiply this with dx, and dx is this one. So we have cos theta d theta. But wait a minute, what is this parameter equals to? What we see here. From grade 11, we also learned that if you have sine square theta and you add this to cos square theta, this is always equals to 1. But we need to make cos theta the subject. Now, when I have cos square theta equals 1, taking sine to make something similar to what we have here, sine square theta, I will have that. But remember, we still have square root. Now for us to get this square root, meaning we get square root on both sides. So we have that. Therefore, this square will move on with the other square root, and cos theta is now equals to square root of 1 minus sine square theta. Now you can see here, this is exactly what we've gotten. Here we're going to replace what we have here by cos theta, and we have the integral of cos theta, and this multiplies cos theta with respect to theta. Now we can simplify this, and we have the integral of cos square theta with respect to theta. So we're used to another technique of integration, that if you're integrating trig ratios that are to even powers, we have to use double angle formula. So from here, this expression can be in terms of 1/2, or we just simply say 1 plus cos twice theta over 2 with respect to theta. For more information, check on our calculus course from Caltex Academy, and you'll get to know the introduction and also detailed explanation to integration using power rules would be the even powers, just like what we are doing, or odd powers. So for now, we can move on and distribute these two to the two terms here, and we have the integral of 1/2 plus, we can say 1/2 cos of twice theta. And remember, we're all integrating this with respect to theta, so we're going to put this into bracket, meaning that the first term is integrated with respect to theta, and the second term is also integrated with respect to theta. So now this is straightforward. We can move on and do our integration at this stage. So the integral of the constant is the same as writing our constant and we attach whatever variable you are integrating with respect to. For our case here is theta, and that is a simple memory. Otherwise, it's like we have our constant 1/2, and then here we have theta raised to power 0 from indices. Anything raised to power 0 is 1. And the rule of integration says we have to increase the indices by 1, and then we divide by the new power, and that is also 0 plus 1. If you simplify that, you have here it goes to 1, and we're dividing by 1. Of course, 1 times theta is theta is power 1, and anything to power 1 is theta. Then 2 times 1 is 2, and you have here 2. Or you can split and have it as 1/2 times theta. That is the theory behind what we have just written here. Now, let's have this one added. Now, take note that the integral of cosine is sine. And also, if the angle here has some constant, then we have to divide by that constant. Now, since we have 2 here, then we're going to have 2 times 2, making 4 from the denominator. Therefore, we have 1/4 sine, and we maintain what we have here plus our constant of integration. Now again, we are used to something. What we have here need to be written from double angle formula sine. Now from that, when you're given sine of 2 theta, its simplified version from double angle is twice sine half of this angle here, and half of 2 theta is theta. Then multiply by cosine of also that same angle. So we're going to take this and replace what we have here with. So now let's go ahead and maintain our first term as 1/2 theta plus 1/4. And remember, we're replacing this with what we have just written up here, and that is 2 sine theta cos theta. So for uniformity, let's close this up and we add our constant of integration. Now we can reduce this by 2 to 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we can divide again and have our 1/2 theta plus 1/2, and we multiply by sine theta cos also theta plus our constant. But remember, theta was the variable we used for substitution for easy integration. Our original work was in terms of x, so we need to change back into x. Now doing that, we need to also come back here and say, at first we say sine theta is the same as x minus 1. So this becomes an empty point for us to get the substitution. And again, here we can get an expression for theta, and we have this theta as sine inverse of our angle x minus 1. Now, since we have a cosine here, then we can move on and also make an expression of cosine. So how do we do that expression? Now let me squeeze this somewhere here. We need a triangle, and this triangle is going to be for the sine theta. So when we have our angle theta here, remember this can be in terms of x minus 1/1, such that the top here is opposite and 1 is hypotenuse. Therefore, hypotenuse for this triangle is 1, and opposite according to that sign is x minus 1. And for cosine, we need adjacent and hypotenuse. Therefore, the adjacent here would be 1 square is 1, then minus x minus 1 also square under label. So because of that, we're gonna go on and replace this by that. Therefore, let's go ahead and also do the same. Of course, sine theta is already what we have there. Now we can move on and make our substitution that we have 1/2 instead of theta, we have sine inverse of x minus 1. And we're adding this to 1/2 sine theta is the same as x minus 1, and this one is the same as under root of 1 minus into bracket x minus 1 and also square plus our constant here. Therefore, if we wish, we can combine this and have this in terms of over 2, all the same, and that is the results or the answer for our question. Now, if this video has helped you, go ahead and subscribe to Caltex Academy, share this video with a friend, and see you in my next upcoming videos. Peace out.